able or see a doctor or where you'll sleep at night. New Mexico has some of the hungriest kids in the nation, and it's something that Melanie and I both understand. We know what it's like to not be sure where our next meal is coming from. a doctor or where you'll sleep at night. New Mexico has some of the hungriest kids in the nation, and it's something that Melanie and I both understand. We know what it's like to not be sure where our next meal is coming from. I first met Melanie when we were advocating at the state legislature. She told us the story of how she grew up and just how meaningful it is for families to have secure, stable housing.
Melanie has a plan. She knows what we can do to get things done.
These experiences shaped who I am and shaped my life's work, and that is why I'm running for Congress. I have taken our fight to Washington, working in the White House Office of Management and Budget and the U.S. Senate. And I have brought it home as a legislator, passing legislation to address childhood hunger, increase access to health care, modernize our electric grid, and address water and drought.
Melanie is an amazing champion for water and climate in the state of New Mexico. With Melanie's assistance and guidance, we're on the right path to addressing hunger in New Mexico.
Melanie is fighting every day to address these issues in a community where so many struggle. We are resilient, and we are sustained by the goodness and the generosity of our communities. We need someone with vision, someone who knows the system,
Someone who knows the science. Someone who understands New Mexico.
and someone who will fight to get New Mexicans are resilient, determined, and full of heart. I am Melanie Stansbury, and I grew up right here in Albuquerque. I know what it's like to not know how you're going to make it to the end of the month. These experiences shaped who I am and shaped my life's work, and that is why I'm running for Congress.
Melanie has a plan. She knows what we can do to get things done.
Because we are New Mexicans, and that is how we do it. I'm Melanie Stansbury, and I approve this message. New Mexicans are resilient, determined, and full of heart. Our stories are filled with grit and hard work and hope. I am Melanie Stansbury, and I grew up right here in Albuquerque. Our family worked hard but struggled at times to make ends meet. My mom was a seamstress and a heavy equipment operator. I grew up helping with sewing projects, digging trenches, installing irrigation systems, and busting tables nights and weekends. I know what it's like to not know how you're going to make it to the end of the month, to not know how you'll put food on the table, or see a doctor, or where you'll sleep at night. New Mexico has some of the hungriest kids in the nation, and it's something that Melanie and I both understand. We know what it's like to not be sure where our next meal is coming from. I first met Melanie when we were advocating at the state legislature. She told us the story of how she grew up and just how meaningful it is for families to have secure, stable housing. New Mexicans are resilient, determined, and full of heart. I am Melanie Stansbury, and I grew up right here in Albuquerque. I know what it's like to not know how you're going to make it to the end of the month. These experiences shaped who I am and shaped my life's work, and that is why I'm running for Congress.
Melanie has a plan. She knows what we can do to get things done.
Because we are New Mexicans, and that is how we do it. I'm Melanie Stansbury, and I approve this message. New Mexicans are resilient, determined, and full of heart. Our stories are filled with grit and hard work and hope. I am Melanie Stansbury, and I grew up right here in Albuquerque. Our family worked hard but struggled at times to make ends meet. My mom was a seamstress and a heavy equipment operator. I grew up helping with sewing projects, digging trenches, installing irrigation systems, and busting tables nights and weekends. I know what it's like to not know how you're going to make it to the end of the month, to not know how you'll put food on the table, or see a doctor, or where you'll sleep at night. New Mexico has some of the hungriest kids in the nation, and it's something that Melanie and I both understand. We know what it's like to not be sure where our next meal is coming from. I first met Melanie when we were advocating at the state legislature. She told us the story of how she grew up and just how meaningful it is for families to have secure, stable housing. our communities. We need someone with vision, someone who knows the system,
someone who knows the science, someone who understands New Mexico,
and someone who will fight to get things done. That is how we work, how we fight, how we love, and that is how we build our future. Because we are New Mexicans, and that is how we do it. I don't know anybody more effective than Melanie Stansberry. She's from here.
Virginia.
Say it more schools for kids.
Pass that grid bill. Melanie gets a job done. It's her science training. She's ready to work with President Biden to bring home jobs to New Mexico. Water, broadband, and clean energy.
During the pandemic, Republicans didn't do anything for people. That's why we need Melanie in Congress. I'm Melanie Stansberry, and I approve this message because together we got this. New Mexicans are proud, yet so many of us struggle. Food, housing, healthcare, especially for those of us who grew up here, like my family. I'm Melanie Stansberry. As a legislator, I worked across the aisle to address hunger and expand school meal programs. I'm running for Congress to work with President Biden to support our families and grow more jobs right here in New Mexico. I approve this message for them. New Mexicans are resilient, determined, and full of heart. I am Melanie Stansberry, and I grew up right here in Albuquerque. I know what it's like to not know how you're going to make it to the end of the month. These
And at some point tonight, I promise you'll get to hear from the Congresswoman herself. But before we start, I've got to tell you a quick little story. Back in April of 2018, I get a call from a number I don't recognize, so I obviously don't answer the phone because you never know. And it's a voicemail from a Melanie Stansberry telling me she's running for the House of Representatives in District 28. And I said, well, where the hell is District 28? So I Googled it, and I realized it is an entrenched 20-year conservative, regressive Republican member of the state house who has not gone anywhere for 20 years, and I'm kind of doubting that he'll go away, you know? And so Melanie invites me to one of her volunteer kickoffs. Again, this is April of an election that would not take place for like 8 months at a bar restaurant up in the Heights. So I live here in the valley and I never go to the Heights, so I'm kind of nervously driving up there. I make my way up to this restaurant to see who this Melanie Stansberry was. And why was she running for State House District 28 and running so early? I mean, 8 or 9 months. She was already knocking on doors. So I show up. No joke. Not an exaggeration. There must have been 40 individuals on a Tuesday afternoon at 5:30 with packets in hand, ready to go knock on doors millions of dollars to this city to combat crime, to protect your public safety for our first responders. She worked on tax policies to ensure that low-income seniors would get the tax breaks that they deserve. She worked on education issues to ensure that all of our children have a fair shot. She protected the environment. And on her free time, she started something called the Hunger Caucus in the legislature to address childhood hunger. Folks, it is with great honor that I stand here today to celebrate Congresswoman Stansbury's victory with you all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite to the stage Bishop Cooper to start us off with a prayer.
Let's bow our heads. God of the universe, we give you thanks for giving us another day. Thank you for lowering COVID rates. Thank you for unity and collaboration. Thank you as we learn that Black Lives Matter.
Thank you, Bishop, for that beautiful prayer. Next, I'd like to call up Dr. Wendy Greyeyes for a land acknowledgement.
This evening, I have the distinct honor of reading the land acknowledgement for Melanie Stansberry's event. So tonight, we are gathered on Tiwa territory, the homelands of the people of the Pueblo of Sandia. The original people of this land have resided here long before colonial borders existed. And before we know this area as the state of New Mexico, we were the indigenous people of New Mexico, comprised of the 19 pueblos, the Fort Sill Apache tribe, the Hickory Apache Nation, the Mescalero Apache Nation, and of course, the Navajo Nation. Since time immemorial, we have respected the land and shared our knowledge of living in harmony with Mother Earth. Our indigenous nations have made significant contributions to the community statewide and abroad. We honor our ancestors, the land that supported them, and those who remain stewards of Mother Earth. Generations have taught us through oral tradition to remember we are here for a short time and to ensure we take care of what supports us so that others can live too. We recognize State Representative Melanie Stansberry as our U.S. congressional representative, and I have confidence she will represent our sovereign communities. Congratulations, Congresswoman-elect Melanie Stansberry.
Folks, I received a text. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Javier Martinez, state representative for this community. Welcome to our district, District 11. history as 7 of the most influential state senators in the history of New Mexico. And one of them is with us here tonight. New Mexico State Senator Harold Pope for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, we're going to do the pledge in English and the New Mexico Democratic Party, Jessica Velasquez.
It's incredible to see so many of you here to celebrate with us tonight. And boy, do we have reason to celebrate! Now, I've said it before, and I promise I will say it again. Showing up matters. It is the heart of everything we do as Democrats, and is a core value for me as a teacher, third generation family business owner, lifelong Democrat, and now as your chair of the Democratic Party of New Mexico. And boy, y'all showed up for this race. Over the last few months of the pandemic, although we're passing through that, thank God. And, you know, we rose to the challenge. I want to share some information with you. Democrats showed up to make over 114,000 calls. We sent over 200,000 texts and knocked on over 33,000 doors. That's right. We talked to our family, we talked to our friends and our neighbors to get out the vote, and that work paid off. You, my friends, showed up. And now we get to send Melanie Stansbury to Congress. And I cannot underscore the magnitude of making that statement. Democrats only have a 6-seat lead in the House of Representatives. We could not afford to this seat. This election was absolutely critical to maintaining control of the House and ensuring that we can pass the legislation we need to address climate change, protect voting rights, and strengthen our nation's infrastructure. My friends, we didn't just show up for Melanie Stansberry. We showed up for all New Mexicans and for the whole nation. And now we're sending this incredible leader to Congress who will make sure our voices are heard. Representative Stansberry is ready to show up for us and tackle those big issues like climate change, food insecurity, diversifying our economy, expanding health care, and living up to our country's promise of justice for all. In stark contrast, the GOP put forth a candidate who voted against raising the minimum wage, against expanding access to health care, against providing paid sick leave. My friends, these are not our values, are they? And now we send a clear message to the GOP right here in New Mexico and nationally. And let me tell you, Democrats are not done showing up, are we? We all know there's still work to be done, and we need strong, capable candidates to do it. I'm so pronating war by casting your vote. We've seen what happens when Democrats show up, and there's nothing that can stand in our way when we do. So thank you all for showing up for Melanie
person. Next up, we have one of our U.S. senators, and he was going to be joining us through Zoom, so we don't get used to in person, so we'll get a little taste of Zoom tonight. And I think he's going to come on the screen here momentarily. U.S. Senator Ben Lujan, Ben Ray Lujan, who for years worked hard up in the Northern Congressional District, and he is now, as you know, our junior senator from New Mexico. And of course, those of you who have been around state legislative politics know the impact that his father, late Speaker Ben Lujan, had on our state, and many of us have a great deal of gratitude to the Lujan family for all those years of public safety. So, is Senator Lujan ready to roll? Maybe if you cheer for him a little bit, maybe a little louder. Maybe a little louder.
There is a reality for scores of thousands of New Mexico families that didn't have access to insurance just a year ago. I can't wait to see what she does in Washington when she takes the progressive values that have deep New Mexico roots to Washington and tells the rest of the country what we're doing right here in New Mexico to be a progressive leader that delivers real results for working families, for our environment. We're a leader in climate change, and all of these things come together to make Melanie what I'm sure is going to be one of the most successful and dynamic new members in the State House of Representatives. We'll also see tonight with these big, big numbers for Melanie that President Biden and his agenda, which she ran with, remained popular even in districts like ours here in New Mexico. It's a great sign for what's yet to come. Jessica, our new chair of the party, is doing a great job holding together the important coalition that delivered big wins for us last November in New Mexico. A huge win tonight, and what will be, I'm sure, next year, big wins for Governor Lujan Grisham, all of our statewide candidates, and the candidates for State House, as well as re-electing Melanie to go back for a full term in Washington. It's an exciting night. The whole country's eyes are on New Mexico. And yet again, we are showing the rest of the nation how to do it right, how to elect people with vision, how to elect people who deliver results. Melanie has emerged as an incredible leader already in our State House. I can't wait to see what she does in Congress. Congresswoman, congratulations. It's a big night. Mr. Chairman Martinez, back to you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was Speaker Brian Egoff. Give him a big round of applause. You know, I've got to say, 7 years of working with Speaker Egoff, he's growing on me. I'm starting to like him a little bit. He's all right. Folks, next we have a man who needs no introduction. He's going to be on the screen behind me as well. And he is our courageous and fearless leader here in the city of Albuquerque, Mayor Tim Keller.
Congratulations, Melanie. We are so excited to soon call you Congresswoman Stansbury. And you have been such a great partner in the state legislature for the city of Albuquerque and for Liz and I. We're very much looking forward to all you're going to be able to do for our city and how you're going to fight for all things that we believe in for our country.
This is a wonderful day for Congressional District 1, and we know that special elections take a special kind of effort. Huge thanks to Melanie for all your hard work, to the incredible team that has been working day in and day out and adapting over and over again during a pandemic, and to all of the volunteers and supporters and voters who have made their voices heard. This is an incredible evening, and we are so thrilled to celebrate with you all.
We can't wait to work together, Melanie.
Let's hear it for Mayor Tim Keller and First Lady Liz Keller. Folks, our next guest came from pretty far away. As you know, the eyes of the country are on us tonight. As Speaker Egoff stated, this is, it's a bellwether election. How's President Biden doing, right? How is Speaker Pelosi doing? How is Majority Leader Schumer doing? How are the Democrats doing at the national stage, right? And obviously here in Albuquerque Congressional District 1, a district that is both urban and rural, a district that is Hispanic and Native American and everything in between, has told us tonight that in fact President Biden's agenda is working and we are with him. So our next guest represents the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee as its chairman. That's how pivotal and important this race was, right? The top dogs were involved in making sure that our district stayed blue. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce the chairman of the DCCC, Representative Sean Patrick Maloney.
Hey, everybody. Mayor, thank you very much. Hello. How you doing, Democrats? What's up, New Mexico? Woo! I am so excited to be here in Albuquerque with all of you. It is so much fun to win an important race. This is so great. Thank you so much. I want to tell you, I love New Mexico because I have met so many great Democratic leaders from Mexico. I got to go to Congress with a woman named Michelle Lujan Grisham. We now call her governor. But she was a member of my class of 2012. I got to learn everything you got to know about running the DCCC well by a man named Ben Ray Lujan, who is now your junior senator. And I am so proud to have had on my transition team as one of my leaders, Teresa Leger Fernandez, who is now a colleague and a rising star in the Democratic Party. You are so lucky to have these Democratic leaders here in New Mexico. And of course, I know you're going to hear from your senior senator in a moment. And I love me some Martin Heinrich. Who doesn't love Martin Heinrich, right? I mean, he's the... And I know he won this seat long ago, and so he knows what he's talking about. Look, I want to tell you something. On behalf of Speaker Nancy Pelosi, on behalf of the Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, on behalf of our Majority Whip Jim Clyburn, and the entire Democratic caucus, thank you, New Mexico. Thank you, Albuquerque. You didn't just win tonight. You won big tonight. You won bigger than anybody thought you were going to win tonight. You proved them wrong. They said it would be low turnout. It wasn't. You showed we can work. We can knock the doors. We can get on the phones. We can pull people out to the polls. Our enthusiasm is up. The red team's is down. You beat them on fundraising. You beat them on the early vote. You beat them on the same day vote. This is a great victory. Don't let anybody tell you this was predetermined. It wasn't. This is a great win. And you know what we're doing in Washington. You know there is work to do. So we are so excited that we are going to have a new Congresswoman named Melanie Stansbury to do that hard work with us, because right now Democrats are delivering. That's what we're doing. I don't know what the other side is doing, but we are delivering good health and good jobs and good government and good values, and we are going to get this country back on track with the help of people like Melanie Stansbury. So thank you for sending her to Washington. And I want you to know something. You showed something tonight, the whole country. The whole country was watching to see if a Republican attacks would work. That's what every reporter in Washington said to me over the last couple weeks, was they got this attack they're using on her. It's like a secret weapon. I said, yeah, it's called lying. I've heard about it. It's not that secret. They're lying. They're lying about her record. They're lying about her desire to have good policing. But they thought this was going to work, and they wanted this seat. Don't make any mistake. The Republicans wanted this seat. They threw the kitchen sink at Melanie Stansbury, and you know what? We learned something about her. We learned she can take a punch. We learned she is tough. We learned she can take the heat and keep fighting for you and your families, because she knows that whatever knocks she took in this campaign are nothing compared to the knocks that the working families in New Mexico have been taking for the last 18 months, and they need help, and she's going to work for those families. So she sat in that fire. She did the hard work with all of you. And that is really the message tonight. The message tonight is that Democrats who deliver results beat Republicans who spread lies and fear. That is the message tonight. And I came to New Mexico because I wanted to see if it would happen. I came to New Mexico all the way across the country because I wanted to meet Melanie Stansbury in person and understand what a strong, tough, proactive Democrat does when they throw a bunch of lies and smears at her, and she showed what you do. You say what you're for, you fight back, you go to work, you get organized, and then you beat the pants off them and the attacks don't look so good anymore. And that's what we did in New Mexico tonight. So I am thrilled to be with you all tonight. And it is so nice to be out and about and with Democrats who know what's at stake, who know how to win. And I want to tell you something. Those Republicans are going to say it was predetermined, and they're going to say this is a Democratic district, but we know what they spent, and we know how hard they worked, and we know how much they wanted it. And let me tell you something. When all the lies were done, when all the smears were done, how did it work out for Mark Morris tonight? He's going home, she's going to Congress. That's how it worked out. And good campaigns matter, and good candidates matter, and you delivered both. You delivered both for the Democratic Party, you delivered both for the United States Congress. And because of the work you've done tonight, because of your faith in what's still possible in our country, we are going to continue to work with our amazing new president and our amazing new vice president on this new Democratic majority and this program of delivering results. And when they ask you why you did it, when they ask you why it mattered, here's what you tell them. You say Republicans can divide, but Democrats are going to deliver. And that is the difference between our team and their team. Thank you, New Mexico. God bless you all. We are so proud of what you have done tonight. And it's now my happy duty, I think, to introduce your senior senator, my friend Martin Heinrich.
All right, 3 words, right? Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury. Say it. Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury. You're going to be saying that for a long time. She is just getting started. Are you as proud as I am? I'm kind of, this is a congressional district that's a little near and dear to my heart. And I could not be more proud of the incredible work that Melanie did to win tonight. And I want to mostly say thank you to all of you who all volunteered for Melanie, who helped with a house party or fundraising or phone calls or going door to door, because I can tell you running for Congress is not a pleasant, easy job. It is a grind. And I've seen the fire in her from the time, just as Chairman Martinez said, when she decided to run for House District 28, there were a lot of Democratic strategists going, where's 28 again? You know, I used to work for Ben Ray's dad when he was Speaker. We never even contested that district. And so when she ran, we all came and we helped, and we saw the passion of her volunteers. And when I see that kind of passion in your volunteers, I know that the candidate can feed on that day in and day out when they have to make all those fundraising calls and knock on doors and do the hard work that goes on and on and on. And so thank all of you for being the fire in her belly, because she did everything right. She stood up to all of the ridiculous attacks, and the margin tells the whole story. When you look at who was aligned with New Mexico values, with a vision for the future, with seeing our challenges like the energy transition not just as a challenge, but as an opportunity, that was Melanie Stansbury. So I am proud to stand here with you today to celebrate the election of a great member of Congress who is going to go to work for the people of Central New Mexico, and you're going to hear a lot more about this story down the road. Please give it up for Melanie Stansbury. One more time, Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury.
Let's hear it for Senator Heinrich. Let's not forget, it was Senator Heinrich who flipped this seat back in 2008, and we have not looked back since. Thank you, Senator Heinrich. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce the proud daughter of El Norte de Nuevo Mexico, Congresswoman Teresa Leger Fernandez.
Ok. Somos de Nuevo México, ¿no? Somos familia. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? ¡Que viva Melanie Stansbury! ¡Que viva! ¡Que viva Nuevo México! ¡Que viva! ¡Que viva los demócratas! ¡Que viva! Woo! Didn't we feel like we needed to get a couple que vivas out?
I think so.
How many? Did we get enough? Do we need any more?
We did a couple more.
Couple more?
Yeah.
Okay. Bueno, que viva Javier. Que viva. Que vivan nuestros senadores. Que vivan. So, you know, this tonight and this race was about so much. And I'm actually going to cry because I'm so excited about having an hermana. I'm going to now have an hermana in Congress because my beautiful hermana, Deb Haaland, she went on to do something pretty damn important, like one, right? And I've missed her in Congress, you know. Our offices are around the corner from each other, and we'd say, "Are you going to vote?" "Yeah, let's go vote." And so we'd go to vote together. So now I get a new hermana, and the great thing is, Melanie's office is going to be around the corner from mine, and so we're going to go vote together. So there's a lot about what this race is about, and it's about me not knowing the we're about here. Is this better? Okay. It's about one that we just elected a wonderful, amazing, brilliant, inspiring Melanie Stansbury. Whoa. But what this race is also about is that history was watching New Mexico. And the nation was watching New Mexico. They wanted to know whether the Republicans could flip this seat. And New Mexico said, hell no. They wanted to know if New Mexicans would choose truth over lies. And we chose truth. They wanted to know if we would choose politics over public health. And we chose public health. Right. They wanted to know if we would choose love over hate. And we chose love. We chose love because that's what this is about, is the love that we have for our community. And that's what Melanie talked about over and over again. She talked about the grit, she talked about the community, she talked about the work that her family did and how her mother inspired. And it's this kind of love that we must always hold dear. You know, we chose democracy over demagoguery, right? Right? Democracy over demagoguery. Democracy over demagoguery. That's what we are about. I'm going to take you back to a very sad part of our history. You know, January 6th. I woke up, like many of you, so excited because we had won Georgia And we knew that we could now get things done. And January 6th, we must always remember, is a beautiful day because it is the birthday of our state. And I sang Las Mañanitas to my state, right? I sang Las Mañanitas to my state. And then what did we have? We had violence. We had anger. We had hate. We had an insurrection. But when we went back and took that beautiful beacon of our democracy back, we had to sit and listen to Republicans attack us Democrats. But there was one phrase that I truly remember. Connor Lamb, a Democrat, an amazing Democrat, he got up and he said that our desire to govern and to build is stronger than your desire to destroy. Right? Our desire, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? And I heard that and I thought about that our desire to fix the problems that this country faces is bigger than their desire to suppress our vote. Our desire to make sure that women have equal rights is bigger than their desire to suppress our votes. Our desire for equal pay for equal work is bigger than their desire to say no to equality. Right? And that's what we are doing today. That's what you guys did by electing Melanie Stansbury. You all said our desire to put community first is bigger. And they said that, oh, she's going to win, but if she doesn't win by more than 10 points, it's not a good thing. Did Melanie Stansbury going to win by more than 10 points today? Whoa, yeah. We got it, because you guys did that work. You guys did that work. And it's like amazing because you are the democracy heroes of this race. You have those capes that are flying in the wind because you made that happen, as we heard. So I just want to say that the work is not over, that tonight we elected Melanie Stansbury, but we're going to have to do more work. 2 years from now, I need a run for re-election. She needs a run for re-election. Governor needs to get re-elected, and we need to take back CD2, right? Woo! So we can have, take back CD2. And we're going to do that. But tonight we're going to celebrate. And so tonight, I am going to say, as you know, I love that ahora es cuando, it's time now. So when is it time to celebrate our next Congresswoman? Ahora es cuando. So let's recognize and celebrate. Do I get to say it, or are you going to? I get to say it. Let's celebrate and recognize my new hermana in Congress, my new Melanie Stansbury, our hero of the night. Melanie.
Not me.
This is all of Melanie's amazing team. Yes. Yes, the team. All of them. Look at all these beautiful people that gave their lives the last 2 months to this race. Good job, guys. We got getting too late. Good evening, New Mexico!
First thing I want to say to you all is it's a good day to be a New Mexican. Because tonight, New Mexico delivered for our people, delivered for our communities, and delivered for the United States of America. And tonight's victory is all of yours to our voters, our volunteers, our donors, our staff, our family, and our friends. This victory is yours. Thank you. You did this. You showed up, and you showed that democracy matters, that science matters, and that we believe in our people and our future. And that when the moment demands it, we have to show up with every fiber of our grit, determination, and heart and deliver for our communities. And that is why I ran to be your next Congresswoman. So I am Melanie Stansbury, and I am proud to stand here tonight as your next Congresswoman in the United States of America in the House of Representatives. And these people made it happen. When we launched this campaign, I love you too. I could not have imagined the journey that we would be on together. But I know that when the moment demands, you have to step up with your grit and determination and get the job done. And I learned this from my mother, who's here with us tonight. Because she taught me that when the moment calls, you have to stand up. And you have to do right like so many women do for our families and our communities every single day. My mother, as many of you know, has her own story of standing up. She's a seamstress and an artist and an educator, and she worked in the jeans factory here in Albuquerque. And she was fired after she had sewn 79,000 pockets on jeans for trying to organize a garment workers union to fight for a living wage. And after that, she took a job working as a dispatcher for the operating engineers, sending machine operators out to the job site. Sounds like we got some machine operators out here. And when she found out how much these machine operators were making, she dispatched herself out, becoming one of the first women crane mechanics at the San Juan power plant. And when I asked my mother last year how she knew how to work on giant cranes, she said, well, they're just like giant sewing machines, so I knew I could figure it out. And I love this story because it embodies the grit and determination of working people, and especially working women. And when the moment demands it, when our families and our communities demand it, when our country demands it, we step up and find the solutions for our communities, and we figure it out. And that is exactly what we did in this campaign, and that is why I am standing here before you tonight. Because of another trailblazing woman who was called to serve as our nation's first Indigenous Cabinet Secretary. Our own Secretary of the Interior, Deb Haaland. And I don't know about all of you, but I have to say that as I watched Secretary Haaland get sworn in by our country's first woman and woman of color vice president, I literally wept. Because this moment is not just about standing up, but about leaning into the moment and bringing fundamental change to our politics and to our country and to the kind of world that we want to see in these historic and unprecedented times. And you all are a part of that history, because you made it possible for us to win this race and hold this seat, because leaders all across the country have been watching this race, because of the leadership of Secretary Haaland, because of the importance to this race for delivering for President Biden's agenda, and because of the importance of this race for delivering for our communities. So I want to just take a moment to thank everyone who is a part of this moment, who brought their grit and their determination and their heart and helped to make this amazing win possible. State, local, and tribal leaders, labor, I heard you guys back there, our firefighters, our teachers, countless organizations fighting for social justice, immigrant rights, and the environment, and LGBTQ plus rights. Happy Pride, everyone! Faith leaders, civil rights activists, grassroots organizers, our governor, let's get her reelected, folks. Our senators, our congresswomen, our House leadership, and even our president, Joe Biden and Dr. Jill Biden, and Mr. Doug Emhoff, who came out to visit us last week. Finally, I want to make a special thanks to our amazing team. The amazing people standing around me are our organizers who literally work the phones and doors until 7 p.m. I want to thank our campaign leadership, Michelle, Scott, Karina, and Kira, who've been with us since day one, and our incredible field, finance, political, and communications team. To all of our volunteers, that's all you guys, for the countless calls and knocks and postcards that you wrote. To our family and friends who were cheering us on every day as we ran this race. I am so grateful to each and every one of you because you know the importance of this moment and what it took to get here, and that not anything, including a hailstorm yesterday, would stop us from winning this race today. But I want to take a moment to talk about the work ahead, because you all know that the moment that we are living in requires vision and heart and working to build a world that is more just and more equitable and more resilient. It requires investing in our communities and tackling the biggest issues of our day, including social and economic injustice and global climate change. And to do so in a way that is rooted in our communities and in our lived experiences. And I know this because I grew up here, right here in Albuquerque. I went to public school and grew up in a working family. My family are tradespeople, small business owners, and educators. And like so many, my family, especially when I was a kid, worked hard every day and still struggled to make ends meet. Still struggled to make it to the end of the month, to access healthcare and put food on the table. Growing up here, working in our communities and in the legislature, I have seen the struggles of our communities. I have cried with neighbors who have lost family members because of COVID, who are struggling with addiction and mental health issues, who are on the brink of losing their homes and struggling to make it to the end of the month. These are not the stories of politics or party. These are the stories of our people and the struggles and experiences that we all share. Know that I will carry your stories, your hopes, and your dreams in my heart as I walk the halls of Congress. And know that that is the reason that I am there fighting for New Mexico every single day. Because we have a lot of work to do, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to pull up all the chairs around the table and make sure that everyone has a seat, and make sure that the voices and the stories of our people and our communities inform the policies that we craft. We're going to rebuild our economy in a way that is more just and more equitable and ensures that every New Mexican can find a meaningful job that provides dignity and a living wage. To build an economy that works for everyone, that invests in critical infrastructure like broadband and drinking water and roads and our critical clean energy infrastructure, that invests in small businesses and entrepreneurs, that protects our workers, and yes, that provides a basic $15 minimum wage. Because we have to invest in our communities and their well-being to ensure that every person can thrive, to care for our children and our elders and everyone in between, to invest in education and universal access to childcare, K through 12, all the way to trades education and college or whatever calls a person in their path. To invest in healthcare and behavioral health and health access, to address housing, hunger, and homelessness, and make sure that no child ever has to live with an empty stomach again. And to honor our military and veterans and fulfill our promises as a nation. We also have to protect our lands and waters and build a more sustainable future, because water is life. Water is sacred. Our lands and our waters are who we are. They connect us to this place, and we must protect our lands and waters, lift up our farmers, tackle global climate change, and invest in our clean energy future. And we must restore and rebuild our democracy. We must address social, racial, and economic inequality. We must respect and lift up the sovereignty of our Pueblo and tribal nations. We must pass the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act and criminal justice reform. We must protect voting rights and pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. And we must restore our country's faith in science, democracy, and good government. So in closing, I want to say that I ran to be your next Congresswoman because I believe that moment is now. And I believe in our people, and I believe in our capacity to bring meaningful change, not only for our communities, but to the nation. Which is why I am so proud to stand with you tonight, shoulder to shoulder, as we step up for the next chapter and get to work for New Mexico and for our nation. Whether you voted for me or another candidate, know that I am here for you, I will work for you, and my door is always open, and there is always a seat at the table for everyone, and I will always be a partner and an ally. Our communities are proud. We are strong, and we are full of grit, determination, and heart, and I know that together we can get the job done. From Estancia and Mountain Air, Tijeras to Tohojali, Sandia Pueblo to Bernalillo, the North Valley to the South Valley, downtown Torrance, Valencia, Sandoval, and Santa Fe counties, from the east side to the west side, and everything in between. New Mexico's 1st Congressional District has already shown the world that you can get the job done. So take a look around you tonight. You are the people who helped to make this victory happen. And let's put our hearts and our minds and our hands together and celebrate this incredible victory and the thousands of New Mexicans that made it possible. Because tonight we celebrate, and tomorrow we get to work.
Yes, oh yes, oh yes.
And we're gonna celebrate tonight, folks.
Just a couple hours, just a couple hours. 8 hours. Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you I can't tell you how full my heart is. I love you. You all made this happen tonight. And let's do this!
Congratulations. That was great.
Can I take a selfie with you?
Congratulations.
Can I take a quick selfie with you?
Thank you. Oh, you're amazing to work with.
Melanie?
Yeah. I was
A seamstress and a heavy equipment operator. I grew up helping with sewing projects, digging trenches, installing irrigation systems, and bussing tables nights and weekends.
I know what it's like to not know how you're going to make it to the end of the month.
To not know how you'll put food on the table, or see a doctor, or where you'll sleep at night.
New Mexico has some of the hungriest kids in the nation, and it's something that Melanie and I both understand. We know what it's like to not be sure where our next meal is coming from.
I first met Melanie when we were advocating at the state legislature. She told us the story of how she grew up and just how meaningful it is for families to have secure, stable housing.
Melanie has a plan. She knows what we can do to get things done.
These experiences shaped who I am and shaped my life's work, and that is why I'm running for Congress.
I have taken our fight to Washington, working in the White House Office of Management and Budget and the U.S. Senate. And I have brought it home as a legislator, passing legislation to address childhood hunger, increase access to health care, modernize our electric grid, and address water and drought.
Melanie is an amazing champion for water and climate.
Mexicans are resilient, determined, and full of heart. Our stories are filled with grit and hard work and hope.
I am Melanie Stansbury, and I grew up right here in Albuquerque.
Our family worked hard, but struggled at times to make ends meet. My mom was a seamstress and a heavy equipment operator. I grew up helping with sewing projects, digging trenches, installing irrigation systems, and bussing tables nights and weekends. I know what it's like to not know how you're going to make it to the end of the month, to not know how you'll put food on the table or see a doctor or where you'll sleep at night.
New Mexico has some of the hungriest kids in the nation, and it's something that Melanie and I both understand. We know what it's like to not be sure where our next meal is coming from.
I first met Melanie when we were advocating at the state legislature. She told us the story of how she grew up and just how meaningful it is for families to have secure, stable housing.
Melanie has a plan. She knows what we can do to get things done.
These experiences shaped who I am and shaped my life's work, and that is why I'm running for Congress. I have taken our fight to Washington, working in the White House Office of Management and Budget and the U.S. Senate. And I have brought it home as a legislator, passing legislation to address childhood hunger, increase access to health care, modernize our electric grid, and address water and drought.
Melanie is an amazing champion for water and climate in the state of New Mexico.
With Melanie's assistance and guidance, we're on the right path to addressing hunger in New Mexico.
Melanie is fighting every day to address these issues.
In a community where so many struggle, we are resilient, and we are sustained by the goodness and the generosity of our communities.
We need someone with vision.
Someone who knows the system.
Someone who knows the science.
Someone who understands New Mexico.
And someone who will fight to get things done.
That is how we work, how we fight, how we love, and that is how we build our future. Because we are New Mexicans, and that is how we do it.